What I do, it's you know who. My name is 3-Force Monster. If you want to get a little bit more personal, you can call me Eric. And you are watching a brand new episode of the PwnZone. Today's episode, I'm going to concentrate on one certain aspect of the game, and I'm going to try to help you guys understand it better, maybe learn something, maybe get a little bit better at the game. That's right, more tip video. That's what PwnZone was originally designed, created for, was tips. So this week I'm going to talk about spawns. And I apologize for hearing everybody else talking. This video was originally recorded for a live gameplay, but I decided I was going to use it today for the PwnZone because it kind of emphasizes what I want to talk about. So one of the first things I want to talk about in spawning is how it's changed over the past 7-8 years since Call of Duty 4 first came out. So when Call of Duty 4 first came out, spawns were super linear and a bit more basic. Back in Call of Duty 4, on the game mode Team Deathmatch, you could spawn trap, and you could spawn trap effectively. And this was on Team Deathmatch. I just remember more than anything is being on the map Ambush. I'm not sure how many people remember that map. And just sitting at the halfway mark and just clogging all 3 lanes for the enemy to try to get out. And you could do this on just about every map on Call of Duty 4 with spawn trap. And with each new game that came out, they started making it so spawn trapping was harder. And they did this just by placing different spawn locations throughout different maps and more of them. And spawn trapping became a thing in the past, except for certain game modes like there were certain modes in past games, maybe even in this game, where you could pretty much just spawn trap the enemy. But the next thing I want to talk about, since spawn trapping is gone, is the linearity. Is that a word? Linearity? The linearity of spawning. Now, in previous games, all the way up to probably Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, maybe. Ghosts was a little bit more difficult because the maps were so big, but spawning was really predictable. I could tell you because, let's just say you're playing Black Ops 2. If you've played that any amount of time, you'll learn spawn patterns. You'll learn the linearity of the spawning, and you'll figure out, you'll be able to tell where the person is spawning just based on where you're at on the map. And that pretty much vanished in Ghosts. That pretty much just went away completely in Ghosts. And I'm not sure why it went away, and I'm not sure why the patterns aren't there anymore. Maybe it's because the maps are bigger and I'm just not used to them being bigger. I mean, Black Ops 2 had some fairly big maps, but I was always able to gauge where the enemy was going to be spawning based on where I'm at and where my teammates are on the minimap. But Ghosts and Advanced Warfare, I can never quite get a good grasp on where the enemy's spawning, and I don't know if it's because the spawns are linear, less linear. Maybe they're not as predictable, and maybe they're just more random. And that's going to take me to my next point with spawning, and that is the make or break element of the spawn system. Determining your spawn location can really impact whatever game mode you're playing. Domination, holding certain spots on the map can help you predict where you're going to spawn. Not where the enemy is, but where you're going to spawn. And that can help you win capture points. And you'll often hear, like even in competitive gaming, you'll often hear the one player on each team is dedicated to holding spawn locations. Holding down, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna keep this lane open so my team can spawn here, and we could have momentum going this way. And it's a big part of winning each game. Even on Black Ops 2, I remember playing Headquarters on Black Ops 2, and I would lay down a tactical insert where I needed to spawn, where I knew my team needed to spawn. A good example was the map Nuketown. You remember the map Nuketown? If there was a capture point inside one of the houses, I would lay a tactical insert behind one of the fences behind that house, because I knew that my team needed that spawn. I would even sometimes stand inside those fences, letting my team keep that spawn on top of me because it was the more advantageous spot to spawn. So the make or break aspect is this game is really random on the spawns, and this map in particular, a reason why I wanted to point out this gameplay is this map will spawn you with the enemy more times than not. On the opposite side of the map than what I am right now, inside that cave, I can't count the times on one hand that I've spawned right next to an enemy inside the cave. And I don't know if that goes back to the random spawns, the make or break spawn system. I will say this though, just about with every Call of Duty release, after the first few weeks they tweak the spawn system. At least that's what comes out in patch notes. Spawn system tweak, spawn system change. There's something they need to do to the spawn system to make it so you don't spawn with the enemy. And I'm not sure they've done that this game. I'd have to go back through and look through patch notes, but I don't really remember anybody going, oh, they changed the spawn system. I don't really remember that being a huge part of this game. And the spawn system in this game isn't terrible, it's just really hard to predict where the enemy's going to be. And that's one of the points of playing Team Deathmatch is, if I know where the enemy's going to be coming from, I can know where to go to cut them off, I can know where to go to be to get the kill. And that could be one of the reasons why I'm struggling on this game more than the past games, is where I might blame it on lag in the past, I'm blaming it on the spawning patterns and recognizing the spawn, where things are going on the spawns. So I want you guys to think about it, think about past games, think about how well you knew each spawn location in past games. And you see that right there? I spawned to the left of the cave, and there's enemies spawning to the right of the cave. They're just spawning in there with me, and that's something that just shouldn't happen. So I probably just called that in a terrible spot. I want you guys to think about past Call of Duty games where you would know where the enemy was spawning, but you wouldn't know where to look. Like right now, I have no idea where to look. Well, that was a pretty nice shot. The enemy had spawned right behind me, but I didn't know where to look to find the enemy, and that makes the game that much harder. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Hope you learned a thing or two about spawn patterns, spawn recognition, and spawning. How important knowing the spawn and understanding spawn locations are in this game. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you guys click that like button. It helps support my channel, helps spread the word. And if you're not already a subscriber and this is your first time watching a video, or you're just simply not a subscriber and you just visit my channel, click that subscribe button. It's free. You'll see when I got new videos every time. They'll pop up in your inbox. As always, I will catch you guys next time. See ya. Peace.